Hello, this is Joe. It's July 7th, 2022. I came back from where I spent overnight in a motel because they said they were done with the foaming in, and here we are. This is the long, narrow room, and what to say about it? Parts of it did not get foam because they are an internal partition, and foaming doesn't do anything to prevent heat loss because it's neutral. You can't lose or gain heat into the house from one end to the other if the heat envelope's intact. But I did have them foam the area that faces the mudroom and with one window. And this is what the foam looks like. So that's it. I'm going to go to the next spot on the first floor to do more of this because this is kind of short. In the living room, I really wasn't sure how much they would spackle through the ventilation or whatever. So I had this tarp and I spread it over everything, which I'm very fortunate to say they were extremely good at keeping it neat in here. And so this was redundant, but then I just was, it might be redundant unless I knew it would have needed, in which case I would have been cursing myself. It only took 5 minutes to spread this out. So then we go to the one door, to the part that got gutted. And first off, there had been some crappy carpet down here, and they ripped that up, which is what it needed to do. There's some kind of linoleum in this section. But this is around the front door that's exterior facing. And after that, we go into the front room. Now, the front room had a couple of challenges to it. One was there's two sides of it that face the exterior. One is this side here, which is facing east. And you can see the outlets that I had roughed in. They managed not to get any foam in that. They put masking tape over those, which was clever. Then they foamed a little bit behind the chimney. Now, I had been wondering about this because this chimney is fairly close to the wall. They said they can't put it directly in contact with the bricks, which is reasonable. So they did actually put some other kind of insulation in that narrow space. They did put insulation in the part that you could see, but it was hard to reach around and get the behind, so that's that. But then the next thing is looking on the north facing part that faces the street. This is what it looks like here. So it's pretty well sealed. Now, the thing about the downstairs is I have two internal partitions. This one over here goes, the other side of it forms the wall to the cellar stairs. And then there's this partition. And Mitch had this idea, which was, why don't you take out that partition and make an entirely longer space in here, which we may very well do. My focus was on getting the external walls foamed. I don't have to decide what to do with this internal partition for a while. And so I'm going to defer it. I've got plenty of other projects to do. That will be messy because the other room does have a ceiling on it with that cellulose, and that'll have to come down. But all things considered, they did a super job down here. I'm going to turn this off and go upstairs.